Hello, hello. I'm back again. It's still day one of It's Time to Fill Your Own Cup. Just getting myself set up. Gonna come live for the next 6 days now, 10 a.m., 10 p.m. to hold space for all my friends out there in real life, Facebook friends, it's a lot going on. So let me go ahead and light my candle. So I'm back again with my 11/11 candle from this morning. Set it over here off to the side. Oh, it went out. Okay, so anyway, hello everyone. It's your girl, Sonia Z, and I'm back again. And I'm launching a program that I call It's Time to Fill Your Own Cup, because myself included, I have so many people in my life that are just pouring out to everyone else to the point where our cups are empty. So I created this 7-day challenge. Hey, River. I created a 7-day challenge to just hold space for my friends and family and strangers, whoever, just wanted to come through. Man, a little dry around the edges, but it's been a little hot out there. Let me drink some water. But yeah, earlier this morning, we spent some time together and we just kind of talked a little bit about making yourself the first choice. And so I created a deck of affirmation cards. And so our affirmation for the day was, I choose me first, always, unconditionally. So that was this morning. But I think we'll pick another one for the night as we go on. And so I hope everyone had an awesome day today. My day was pretty good. Got a chance to spend some time with my family that's visiting here from California. So shout out to my fam. And yeah, spent some time sorting some fabric. So shout out to my girl Monet that always keeps me laced with the nicest textiles. Appreciate her. And just figuring some stuff out. So I'm repping my set for Volo. Got on my Ghana shirt tonight. It takes a village, rebuild Volo. But I just say that just in general. It takes a village, wherever you live. So the question I always ask people is, what's your role in the village? And so we all have a role to play. And yeah, what's your role in the village? So I have me a little sip here. So, please just drop some stuff in the comment. So let's just kick it off with a new affirmation card. And so I don't know if you guys saw my post earlier. My printer ran out of ink on the very last page. And so some of them are blank on one side and halfway done. But I did contact where I usually get my flyers from to see if I can get some cardstock ones done. And so let's see here. Let's see, what do we want to do tonight? Let's see, I'm just gonna pick one. Let's see. Okay, tonight is gonna be, I am enough simply because I exist. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about being enough. I am enough simply because I exist. I understand it's gonna be backwards, but I still want to show it to y'all, like show and tell. But yeah, so is anyone out there kind of going through some stuff, just not feeling like they're enough, whether it's, in your job, whether, oh wait, I forgot to put my do not disturb shuts. Okay, sorry about that. But yeah, oh man, how do I get a flashback on here? It's gone. Okay, well, oops. I'm figuring this stuff out, y'all. But yeah, so let's talk about that. Like, so being enough, our affirmation for tonight is, I am enough simply because I exist. So one thing that, you know, I had to learn is worthiness. And I think about being worthy, you know, and I think about my career as a fashion designer. And, you know, I started out just out of necessity because I needed to make clothes for myself. And there just wasn't, you know, 30 years ago when I really started sewing my clothes, there really wasn't anything for short plus size women that was stylish, you know. I guess they thought we all wanted to be like Missy Elliott in a plastic bag or something. But real talk, you know, it wasn't out there. So I just had to create it. And I started sewing for myself. And then people in my network started, you know, wanting what I had. At first, I was really resistant. I was like, no, I just sew for myself, you know. And then they started throwing money in my face. And next thing I know, 30 years later, here I am. But in that process, I say it was about maybe 2013. I started just doing meetups at the library, free, you know, sewing meetups. I didn't think of it as me teaching sewing classes, but I was just having the meetups, you know. And then I want to say like 2017, I did a meetup at a store, actually Conscious Planet. So I always shout out Q. I appreciate her holding space for us to come in there and for me to do a sewing workshop. And I always like to shout out Bala Fusion, Marquita, Bianca. You know, she always allowed me to come into her studio and do free meetups and even teach sewing lessons and be a part of the team for a long period of time. So, you know, thank you guys for just allowing me to walk into my gift as, you know, with the sewing classes. But the very first client that paid me for a sewing class, you know, asked me to teach him how to sew, but he already knew how to sew. And I was like, you know, you already know how to sew. What do you need me for? And in that, he was like, well, I can sew sleeves on a shirt, but like, I want to learn how to make my own clothes. Like I want to make a shirt from scratch. And so we end up the following week meeting again at Conscious Planet. And when I showed up there, you know, I still had like some doubt or whatever. But I knew I could show him how to make a shirt. I knew, you know, that was easy peasy, you know, lemon squeezy. But when we talk about worthiness, back then I didn't know what that even, you know, I didn't know that word, but I knew what it felt like, you know, and I felt unworthy to even teach somebody to sew, to even ask somebody to pay me to teach them how to sew. But what changed for me in that moment is that about 2 hours later, he had a shirt. And when he walked into that store, he did not know how to make a shirt. But I showed him how to make the pattern pieces. I showed him how to put the things together. I showed him how to sew it. And when he held up that finished product and he was just smiling from ear to ear, I just felt like the layers of unworthiness just melt away. And like I said before, back then, I didn't know the feeling. I mean, I didn't know the terminology, but I knew what it felt like. I know what it felt like to be unworthy, you know, and like literally he had to beg me to take his money, you know, and, you know, with that, you know, later on, since I've been, you know, being in coaching programs and now I do coach other people, I definitely absolutely know worthy. And so that ties to just being enough, just not feeling like you're good enough. And that's, you know, what I just encourage anyone out there that's struggling with, you know, a business or struggling with, you know, a project or something. And you're sitting around waiting for the perfect time, waiting for the perfect whatever combination, perfect color, perfect shape, perfect whatever, you know, just show up messy, man, because you're enough. Like, you know, whether you're incomplete or not, you're still enough, you know. And with that, I just say, like, a program that I was in, a coach really made me think about something. She was like, McDonald's really isn't the best at anything. You know, they don't have the best burgers, they don't have the best fries, they don't have the best, you know, food, you know, from what they sell, they don't have the best anything. But what they do have the best at is marketing and real estate. So, you know, McDonald's is like on every corner selling their burgers and their fries and their Happy Meals, and they have that play place because they know that it's the kids that are going to drive their parents into that McDonald's on the way home from work, on the way to school, whatever, and that parent will get that few moments of peace. But the thing is, McDonald's showed up with not having the best anything. So while we're in our house trying to make the perfect thing, you got somebody on the corner selling C-grade work, making all the money. Even though your thing is a B or A plus, the world will never know if you don't put it out there, if you don't show up. Somebody in the world is just waiting for you to show up, whether it's waiting for you to show up with a thing or just waiting for you to show up and just give a word. Like, it's been so many times that I've gone to an event and I'm just having a conversation with somebody and like, they're like, oh, you changed my life, or, oh, you know, I'm so glad you said it. I'm like, said what? Because, you know, I talk so doggone much. I don't even know what I just said 10 minutes ago, you know? So, you know, it's awesome to just show up, wake up in the world and show up as your authentic self. And, you know, it's even better when you get paid for it. So I love getting a good speaking event, or, you know, going someplace and getting paid just to show up and be me, you know. So that's one of my favorite things I love to say. I say I get to show up, I get paid to be me. And that's just something that I love about my life, where I am now, is that I get an opportunity to just show up, you know, as my authentic self, unapologetically, and just get paid to be me. But, you know, I get to be me for free too, you know, so, because it's not always about the money. You know, those of you that know me know I have another brand called The Wealthy Socialite. And with that brand, it's really focused on, you know, just living your best life, you know. And I just say, you know, life, you know, is just worth living, you know. So wealth is, you know, your family, your friends, your health, you know. And so if you're watching this now in the replay, you know, drop in the comments, like, you know, aside from money, like, what do you value? What's wealth for you? What really, you know, what is wealth to you, you know? And so with that, you know, with my affirmation deck, I have two sets of types of affirmations in here. One of them is geared towards the self-love and self-discovery. The other one is really geared towards financial mindset. Hey, Michelle. And so we already pulled a card earlier. So Michelle, we were just kind of talking about being enough. So we pulled this card tonight, and it says, I am enough simply because I exist. And then I just started talking a little bit about wealth. And so with my book, the Sexy Unicorn's Guide to Divine Feminine, and Channel Your $1 billion Boss Babe energy. So this workbook is a guided journal, and it has kind of two parts. It has a self-love piece, but it also has a money mindset piece. Because I know I gave you one, River. Did you drop in the comments, let me know if you even you know, had an opportunity to do any of the exercises. And if you don't want to drop it in the comment, then we can talk offline. Hey, Wendy. So yeah, so I wanted to pull a second affirmation. And so the way that I have my deck designed, the affirmations that are geared towards self-love are in like a cream color. And the ones that are geared towards the money mindset are in a green color. So let's pick a green one. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Green. Let's see which one do I want to pick. Okay. Here we go. How about this? Wealth is my birthright. So I really like that affirmation because, you know, you're born wealthy. It's up to you. Like people say, I did, I liked it, and want another. Oh, you did, and you want another copy. Okay. Yes, look, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, you sure can. But wealth is your birthright. So I think so often we forget, you know, how magical and just amazing we are just as women. And I can say for me as a Black woman, you know, I'm just abundant, you know, and I think about, sometimes we just don't think about just the volume of just knowing you're already, everything you want or need, you already have it. And one of the things that just kind of came to me spiritually during the pandemic was you have everything you need to be successful. And, you know, I keep getting that message throughout life. And even tonight, like I was thinking about, man, I need to get my money up. And I'm like, I got a whole like plethora of fabric. So even though Joann's is shut down and the nearest like good fabric store is all the way in Norfolk, like literally I have enough to have my own fabric store right here in my garage. So that's just a physical, you know, representation of already having everything I need, you know, for my financial wealth. But I just think about a lot of times we look outside for the answers. And, you know, most of the time you already know, or if you were to just really take time to go inward, you already have everything you need already inside of you, you know. So I just want to remind everybody that you're already wealthy, you're already worthy. And I just would love to just kind of see, drop in the comments or just DM me. Just let me know, like, what's your opinion of wealth, you know. So I'm excited. You know, I feel great that some of my good girlfriends are tuning in tonight. Hey, Betty, Coach B, the ADHD money mindset coach, just in time because we just pulled one of my, I created this new deck, Betty. Look, girl, I made me some affirmation cards for my Sexxxy unicorn, but my printer ran out of ink, so some of them are blank. But I have some for my book that I have out, the Sexy Unicorn's Guide to Divine Feminine and Channel Your $1 Billion Boss Babe Energy, which is about self-love and money mindset. So we chose a self-love affirmation, which is, I am enough simply because I exist. But we just chose wealth is my birthright. So that's our money affirmation for tonight, is wealth is my birthright. So, you know, I just touched on, you know, how wealth is not just money. Of course, financial wealth is so important as well. You know, we need money to live. At the end of the day, you know, let's just keep it 100. But, you know, relationship currency is something else, you know. I can think about how I've been able to travel around the world with coins in my pocket because of relationship and people just believing in me and supporting me. And so, you know, money isn't everything, but it definitely helps. So yeah, so the whole purpose of this live, of me just being here tonight, is to help you guys just hold space for you all to just know that it's okay for you to put yourself first, for you to fill your own cup, for you to just exist. Because again, you are enough simply because you exist. And on top of that, wealth is your birthright. So what else y'all want to talk about? Drop me something in the comment, y'all. You know, this is supposed to be interactive. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to be up in here. Praise God for the currency of relationships. Oh my goodness. Yes, yes, yes. So I just think about, for me, being a person that's an entrepreneur, and people always will say, oh, your friends and your family, they're not going to support you. Well, I have to disagree with that, because I just think about a lot of times when I go out and I do my vending events, you know, I have strangers that buy stuff from me all the time. But I think about the last vending event that I did, it was people that were my friends or that I already knew, that I had a relationship, that came to my booth, that came to my vendor booth and bought things from me. And, you know, it's not always like that, but, you know, I appreciate it. I just want to say, I thank each and every person in my network that has supported my business by just showing up to an event, by buying something, by sending me a referral, by putting a comment on Google, you know, sharing my live. You know, I just appreciate everybody that is just, you know, rocking with me. So Betty says, me too. I have such supportive friends and family. I'm so glad I can't relate to that statement. And yeah, Betty, like, I mean, seriously, I think about, just even like me and you, we met, I guess like at a boot camp thing, if I remember correctly. I think we were in the boot camp, and then were we in the same session, the same boot camp session? Drop that in the comment. Because I feel like we really connected during the pitch competition, because that's when it was like a smaller, more intimate group and of us that were able to pitch. And I know that was 2022 when we did that pitch competition. And then now we are alumni with the business boot camp. And again, it just started with having the same interests. We both are females with ADHD, business owners, out here just trying to live our best life. And, we found alignment in the different things that we enjoy. Like, you guys know I love sustainability. I love upcycling. And I got to shout out, Betty for her. What's your thing when you don't buy anything new and you went on that cruise, girl, and you shopped in your closet for like everything new for your vacation? I mean, everything. It's like you went shopping all over again, but in your own closet. Because you was like, I am not spending no money. And I remember seeing your outfits. I was like, she did that, So just being a sustainable and, just, saving money. And I still need to get Jordan and your sewing class. Of course. Yeah, girl, just let me know when. It's the summertime, so this is probably a great time for us to connect. I actually have sewing. Oh, no spin September. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, I have a sewing with a teen tomorrow. So, but yeah. So guys, so again, your wealth is not always financial, like, I just loved that example that Betty just shared with us, the no spend September. And she was preparing for a cruise, and I think maybe because she didn't spend the September before, she could afford to go on this cruise maybe. But, yeah, she just was able to go in her closet and make it exciting, create the content. And it made me want to go shopping in my closet, and create some new looks and things. And so I do that all the time just as a creative. I like to try to wear my clothes differently and see how many uses I can get out of something. So I just encourage all of you to just maybe try that, go in your closet. Because I know that's like the biggest thing for us as women is like, oh my goodness, I don't have anything to wear. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I bet you do. But it's always fun to go shopping and get something new too. So, but anyway, anybody else want to chit chat? Like, drop me something in the chat. Let's talk. Drop a one in the chat if y'all want to pull another affirmation. Drop a 2 if you don't. Put an emoji or something. Anything. Just let me know what we gonna do. Cause I might just pick one just cause I want to. But it's not about me. It fills my cup to be here for you guys. So, if anybody's open to just drop and share, maybe tell me how you filled your own cup today. I'm hoping you did, because I know, Betty, I know you love, like you said, self-love. So I know you always got some good self-love stuff going on over there. And, River, if you still here, drop something. Michelle, if you still here, drop something. Wendy, if you still here, drop something. Oh, another affirmation. Yes. Okay. Let's pick another one. All right. Okay. I pour into myself and I overflow with love. I pour into myself and I overflow with love. So with that one, I really like that one. And something that I said in this morning's live is that self-love is not selfish. It's selfless, because if I don't love myself, it's less of me for you. So when I pour into myself and I love on me and I overflow with that love, then you guys get to get that love that's just spilling over the top just for you. So I would say, you guys, pour into yourself, fill your own self up with love. So then that way you can overflow and love, those around you. So So anyway, which way is, let's see, it's 10:24. So I try to keep these things short and sweet, around about 30 minutes. I had an awesome day today, guys. I'll share something with you. Me and my partner, Wendy, we are applying for a Kiva loan with the Metropolitan Business League. And so I had a really good meeting today. And so you may see some marketing coming across pretty soon. And we're going to be looking for supporters that will support our business, Dream Shape, make a pledge. And it's not a donation per se, because after we complete the cycle and pay the loan back, you actually get the option to get your pledge back, or let another business owner, like leave it in the queue for another business owner. So, I know that wealth is my birthright. So I am believing for that Kiva loan to come through and help us to expand Dream Shape Body Contouring. And if those of you that don't know about Dream Shape, definitely drop me a DM, send me a message. So we are a weight loss and wellness spa located in Norfolk. And we just are here to help people reach their weight loss and wellness goals. I am a certified nutritional coach and a certified life coach and certified yoga instructor. And of course, certified in the different body contouring techniques. We offer cool sculpting and a bunch of other stuff. So this ain't an ad. So you want to know more, I say hit me up. But I definitely just want to encourage everyone. This morning I shared 2 tips. I asked everyone to maybe try to add a little bit more whole foods to their diet. That's one thing. I still eat what I'm going to eat, but I try to make it a point to make sure I add something whole, like, fruits or vegetables, something that grows from the ground, that's not processed, to every meal. And as far as with the yoga side of the house, I would just encourage you all to just breathe. Take a moment, take a deep breath in, hold it for 4, then let it out for 4. And what I realized this morning is I can't count and do the breaths at the same time. I don't know how the instructors do it, so I'm gonna have to figure it out, but yeah, so if you haven't had a deep breath today, I would say, just breathe in through your nose really deep, then hold it, and then release it through your mouth. Do that a few times today, and you'll thank yourself for it. So it's your girl, Sonia Z. And I just thank you for spending this time with me while I fill my cup. And hopefully, your cup got filled a little bit. And let's just share the affirmations one more time. I am enough simply because I exist. Wealth is my birthright. And then I pour into myself and I overflow with love. So as you wind down for this evening, think about those affirmations and feel free to write your own affirmations. And I look forward to hearing how you guys are filling your own cups. And I'll be back again tomorrow, 10 a.m., 10 p.m. So I hope you will join me. Thank you again, everybody, for stopping in tonight. And until next time.